joy, my confidence. You are the truth of my spirit. You are the strength of my life. You are my hope and my joy. Lord, you are my confidence.
Okay.
Somebody say we are.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's know where you're joining from. Let's know your name and where you're joining from. You're very much welcome.
You are my magnificent obsession. Object of my desire.
You're welcome. Siska288. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome to this live video. Okay, this is Grace from Lagos. Grace, you're welcome. Then Awe Dasasin, that's our speaker. She's also welcome. You're welcome. Please, as you join in, let's know your name and where you are viewing from. Dami from Yenagoa. You're welcome. From Ado Ekiti, you're welcome. You're very much welcome. You're welcome to this live video. Welcome to this evening program. Muturaya from Lagos, you're welcome. Very much welcome. I greet you. You're welcome. Amuson 719, you're welcome. So in the next 5 minutes we'll start off so that we don't take too much of our time. Similoluwa, you're welcome. Okay, so as you're joining in, I hope we have a writing materials because today you can see me with my pen already and I have my jotter on the table because I want to learn as well. So this is a platform for you to learn. Weather at our end because presently here it's raining, but I hope we can hear us. Please, I hope you can hear me. I hope everyone here can hear me. I'd like a feedback in the comment box. I hope you can hear me very well. You can hear me clearly. It's a bit rainy here and it's a bit noisy.
You are so wonderful. You are so marvelous. Lord, you're my Uzziah died, I saw the Lord, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. I can see.
Empty Luli, you're welcome. Inkadewale1, you're welcome. You're very much welcome. Okay, so we'll not take too much of our time. I'd like us to start because I know that our guest speaker is prepared for us. She's packed, you know. So I'll be inviting her shortly.
I can see angels all around. Awesome. I can see worship going to the
Yay, our guest speaker is live with us this evening, all the way from Lagos. You're very much welcome, ma.
Thank
See
you.
me. You're welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so as everyone joins in, this is for everyone who is just joining. As you join in, let's know where you're joining in from. Let's know your name and where you're joining in from. I guess we got your welcome, ma. I love
Thank you.
this red. I don't know if you can have it
I'm
after
shy. Thank you, ma'am.
mine, but we'll do that in camera.
Don't worry. I'll send it to you.
Don't mind. I really don't mind. Okay, so I'm introducing our guest speaker to us. This is Miss Awe Similoluwa. And let me just read her citation briefly. She has diploma in law, diploma in human relations, bachelor of laws. Then Similoluwa Awe is a problem solver with diverse successful impact in entrepreneur and activism. She has won several awards ranging from academics to social impact. She holds a diploma in law and human resource management and a degree in law with not less than 50 relevant national and international certificates. I think at this juncture, I need to stop and remove my art. Because I can read from you have 50 relevant national and international certifications. Our main aim is to see a better world where everyone have access to minimum enjoyment of life and opportunities. She has directly and indirectly reached out to not less than 5,000 persons in empowerment, poverty eradication, or other sustainable development. In her quest to always make a difference, she wrote the book Everything Ekiti to resonate an average Ekiti person or someone who has never ever heard about Ekiti with the history, culture, places, and the likes. Above all, Similoluwa is a lover of God and has never achieved anything without him. So I want everyone to please welcome our guest speaker today. Please tell her in the comment section she's welcome. I just did a citation and that's beautiful. That
Thank
is
you.
really beautiful and impressive. And that's why we're here, so that we can learn as well.
You see, I'm also with my writing material because I want to learn too.
We want to know how you've been able to do all of these things together. So for people who are joining, this is a platform called Be Enlightened. And today we'll be discussing about maximizing your potential for excellence and leadership. If you observe today, there are very few leaders, and that's because there is a way to these things, and that's what we're about to hear. That's what we're about to learn this evening. So, Mr. Awe, let's just make it open. What can you tell us so far? I mean, what has helped you in the course of all this journey? Before we begin with what we have today, what has helped you so far in this journey?
Okay, first of all, first and foremost, I want to thank you for this opportunity, for deeming me fit to even come this evening to come and share my idea on this topic with you. I'm just a small girl. I don't know why you have chosen to invite me, but God Almighty will honor you. And for me, this is really, really an exciting topic because when it comes to excellence and leadership, I really, really have this idea to talk about, especially leadership. Because there's this saying that says, when you think you are leading and no one is following you, you are just taking a walk. So when they talk about leadership, I know it's a big word to use. Now, maximizing my potential, it's really, really something that I can't be so precise that this is what really happened. But the thing is, I just feel God has been so helpful throughout the journey because when I was much more younger, when I was a child, my mom will always tell me because I'm a very inquisitive person. If I was your maybe niece, then I would have asked you, so why are you wearing this earring? Why did your eyebrow look like this? You know, very inquisitive young girl. And they thought I was a talkative. So when I started
Wow.
growing up, I wanted to be a productive talkative because I realized that, oh, you have this potential within you. You know how to talk. Is my thing. I can talk from today till tomorrow. But then, how can I maximize this potential that I have? How can I maximize this capacity to do what is more important? To know when to talk, how to talk, and to also leverage on it. There are a lot of us that will have great potentials. Some of us it's in singing, some of us writing, some of us it could be drawing, it could be anything whatsoever. So that you know how to do, that is just naturally reflex, that sometimes you just do it unknowingly, you can actually maximize that thing. Because in the process of maximizing our opportunities, sometimes along the way we get tired if that is not what we are passionate about. But in the sense where you are passionate about, not only passionate self, it's just something that naturally you feel it very easy to do that thing, then it
Hmm.
becomes very easy for you to maximize that thing to other aspect of life. So it's just something I've been doing since. I just thought like, okay, how can I make this better? And when it comes to excellence, excellence is the ability for you to be able to stand out in things you do. I will tell you, number one thing you shouldn't do when you are trying to maximize your potential, you don't have to copy anybody because as individual, we have our unique way of doing things that is just normal, that when you want to start something, especially when you pray about it for God to give you direction, some things just happen naturally, that you don't have to try and imitate anybody, because in the process of imitating somebody you might even lose the direction and that particular gift that you have as a person. Don't try and imitate anybody, and don't be too, how do I put it now, don't be too fame driven, in the sense that a lot of people when they start doing things, it's a process. Like I will always tell people, life itself is a process. You have to follow that process even when you are doing it when it doesn't make sense to people. You just have to keep doing it, because when you start, nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody feels like what you are doing is making sense. But the only thing that will keep you on this way of maximizing your potential and achieving excellence is your consistency. Then the ability for you to also keep building yourself, because
Yeah.
nobody is an island. There is nobody that people love you so much that everybody wants to listen to you. It's
Okay,
not
okay.
possible.
I know that you're really prepared for us today. Before you answer all our questions, oh. So I have to just come in. So I'd like to ask, for those joining in, this is our guest speaker. She's a lawyer. So I'd like to ask that I know that you're an author, you're a lawyer, an entrepreneur, you're a baker, you're an event planner, you're an activist. That I know. So how I know that these are different hats, all right? And juggling these things together takes a whole lot. How have you been able to wear them differently and successfully? So we'd like to know how you've been able to wear all of these hats together as an activist, as a lawyer, as an entrepreneur, as a baker, an event planner, and a child of God. So
Oh,
how have you been
okay.
able to?
So for me, I just feel like right from the times I was in my diploma days in 2013, I realized that the world is moving towards a stage whereby even your connection will not get you what you want in life. You have to be able to identify what you want to do as a person. So I have these 3P principles, which are my profession, that is the law that I study, my purpose in life, and my passion. Building all these things differently to know what I want to make out of it, because I just felt like life cannot work with your profession alone. Life cannot work with your passion alone, and life
Very
cannot work
true.
with your purpose alone. You have to find a way to make these three things come together. And after achieving or identifying my profession, I felt a need to, okay, what is that thing? What am I called for? What is that thing God wants me to do? I realized that when I help people achieve things, I find so much fulfillment. Even if it takes me emptying my bank account, that is where my fulfillment is. And over time, I realized that was my purpose. And that is why I don't know how to mismanage resources. Because anytime I am given resources, I feel like it is not for me, it is for other people, because that is where I find my fulfillment. So with that, I was able to identify my purpose. Then my passion, oh, I love handwork. I know how to do so many things, baking and everything. And I know how to talk too. That's where my part of activism came in. Because I love talking, I could easily write things. And that's what really gave me that follower on, especially Facebook, because my content, people look up to it, to read my captions and everything. And it really helped me. Now, using this to fulfill my purpose of helping people. Helping people and activism could be separated, but it goes hand in hand for me. And for me to be able to achieve this too, God will not give you maybe an assignment without making provision for that particular assignment. That's where my baking came in, because I've always loved to be self-sufficient. For you to be able to help others, because a lot of young people are passionate about helping others now. For you to be able to help others, you must first identify yourself, because you cannot give what you don't have. Now imagine me, I want to pay somebody school fee, me sef they are contributing school fee for me. It's just unrealistic.
Very
That's
true.
why I'm very passionate about my business. I used to tell people it's good to have passion, but sometimes your passion should bring something in so that you'll be able to fulfill your purpose.
Hmm.
Because sometimes when you don't have the resources to fulfill purpose, know your limits, know your capacity, know your person. Because some of us, we may not go for classes and we will still pass because we know how we read and assimilate. But you want to copy me, and you know that if you don't read like 10 times, you will not pass. That is where people fail. Excellence. If you keep learning, if you are following the process, if you are following the procedure, and when it comes to leadership, it is when you have achieved excellence in a particular thing. When people see that you have what it takes, you have gone through that process, that is when people want to follow you. So leadership is not a title that I just stand up there and say I'm a leader. Then it's a process whereby people see you as an icon to actually follow for guidance, not to imitate you, but to follow you for guidance on how you are able to achieve some things or how you are able to do some things. So that's just how I'm able to match everything.
Wow, this is amazing, and this will prompt me to the second questions. I know that while you were growing up, these things must have been resurfacing. All of the talents you have, the giftings, the skills. So, how were you able to recognize all of these skills in seed form? And then number two is, I like you as you're answering that question. I like you to also advise someone out there that would also want to discover all of the skills in seed form. How can they go about the process of discovery? So that's another question for you, Ma. So why are we able to recognize all of these skills while they were still, in the seed form, the seedling form?
Okay. Oh, let me just say, identifying them for me was so easy because,
Hmm.
but then it was kind of, I feel like God used my parent for me to take me through the process because I'm this kind of person that a lot of people, when they see me, they will feel like I started very early, but deep within me, something tells me I started late because right from when I was in primary school, I've been representing my school, secondary school to an extent, I've been outstanding. But when I got to the university, immediately I entered the university, I entered with a spark to always want to do more. The first curfew I had was I was unable to travel. When I was in diploma one, they picked me for a competition in my faculty, and my dad was just like, you can't go. That's the final. They cannot do excursion and you will see me there. Even if church is taking us for anything, my daddy will say he will take me himself. So those things really restricted me. And after my dad died when I was 18, there was a conference I was supposed to attend in Benin. That was like my first national recognition event. My mom was like, it's not my time yet, I should wait for my time. But the only reason why I was able to go that time was, number one, I was not asking her for transport fare. Sometimes
Okay.
our parents, it's not like they don't appreciate us to do some things, but your parents cannot be looking for school fee and be helping you to pursue your own dreams too. But when you have your own money that you want to use to pursue your dream, in a way, you tend to lift the burden from them. And somehow, when they see that, okay, it's not like this thing is totally bad and you are not asking them for money, they might eventually say, okay, go now. You understand that kind of thing. So you have to first build potentials too. And if I had launched maybe very early, I would have failed, learned from my mistake, pick up again, or maybe I would have been tired while doing that. But then it's just an amazing thing to identify. Number one, I talked about passion. Some things you just do normally that you don't feel like it's something anybody will want to buy. You can actually develop something from that. Then another thing too, pray, because sometimes you may feel somebody is starting very early. There are people that will start 40, and there are some people that started when they are 10. And those people that started 40, they will be more successful than people that started when they are 10 because they waited for their time. God might just be taking you through the process. Now, I used to say something, don't rush in because every other person is doing it. Everybody's timing
Wow.
is different. So because you have not identified your passion, because you have not identified your purpose, just keep praying about it and keep making your own, what's it called? Your own, keep doing your own part to building yourself, praying to God about it. It could be any time. God's timing is different from human timing, and it is never too late. Some people started 60 and they were very successful that history cannot forget them. So everybody's timing is different. And in identifying it also, it takes stages. Be ready to go through that stage so that when God gives you that thing that you are passionate about, you are purposeful about, that thing that will bring you your purpose fulfillment and everything, you will not miss it. So you have to also go through the learning process.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, okay. So I was able to pick that my passion, I can discover what I like in the seed form and develop it into becoming something that I can become a leader in and for global excellence. That's beautiful. So another question that I have is, I know that all of these skills, you didn't just acquire all these skills for the bags.
Yeah,
How
sure.
were you able to develop all these skills? How were you able to make it marketable? Because I understand that talent is not enough.
Yes.
Having a talent, knowing how to sing is not enough. There are things you need to do, there are lectures you need to have. So how were you able to make all of these things marketable, that people want to come, people want to invite you for this, people want to invite you for that, people want to introduce you to a new product, people want to call you, as a lawyer, as someone who they can recommend. I have this lawyer, They want to ask you questions. How are you able to make it marketable?
Okay, I will tell you that maybe success or achievement is not achieved in a stage, or maybe on the stage. Let me put it that way. Maybe when you invite somebody to come and talk somewhere, maybe when they are on that stage, that is where they make that good speech and everything. It is a process. The success has been achieved behind the scene, even before they came
Mm.
to that stage. Now the thing is, somebody like me, maybe because I'm from Ekiti, I love to acquire knowledge so well. You could see that I was talking about 50 national and international certification. When I was doing my diploma in law, I was also doing my diploma in human resource management. And why? Because as a maybe when I was 16 then, I went online, I went to search for skills, or maybe skills that will be valuable in the next 5 years, 10 years. And I realized that human resource management will be an hot cake in the next 5 years.
Mm.
You don't just
Very.
start planning your life that day and expect results. You have to start planning. Okay, now I still have like a year plus to go for my masters. When I was in school, I agitated more for medical law, but I realized that it was not achievable before I left school. But that's one thing I'm passionate about. Now, what am I going to do? Because if I want to apply to any school now for medical law, my transcript has to carry that I've gone through some process of medical law. I've actually highlighted 10 courses that I'm taking now. I finished some on medical law and ethics, public law, public international law, um anything medical law that I can gain online so that I can gain that knowledge. Now imagine somebody like me who also wants to pursue medical law, who has not been taught in school and feels like there
Mm-hmm.
is no need to actually build themselves. Now imagine we are applying to the same university even though we had the same background. They don't know what I've put into it behind the scene
Mm.
that is making me outstanding.
Mm.
That is what makes the difference. So as individual that wants to stand out, that is it. You just have to keep learning. There are some courses I took online, and one of my uncle saw one course I was taking one day and he was like, why do you need this course? I just feel like I need to have random knowledge about everything, because I know that I'm going to that public space. Anybody can ask you any question when you're on the stage. Okay, now just imagine I wrote a book. I took a course about grant writing and it was asking me, what do I need? I'm in the social space. I might need to do anything in relation to that. I may not need it immediately, but that's your opportunity that you have now. Always use it to plan ahead for the future.
Mm.
There are so many things you just gain now, knowledge, so many things. You may not need it. Maybe when I'm at hairdresser's place, I'll be looking at how they are making it. I can make braided wigs, I can do twisting. It's not because I
Wow.
need it, but it's just normal thing. If you have party now, if I've not sewn my clothes, I can still be playing today and I will sew it over the night. I make school uniforms. Like there are just a lot of things that I just know how to do because I'm very inquisitive, which has really helped me to channel my energy rightly. Even when you are doing things that is not supposed to concern me, I may not talk. I'll just be observing. And maybe when I leave there, I'll just try it on my own. And you realize that I get it with little or um just with little supervision. So it's just how it works. You have to build yourself before you go out there to be able to stand out in anything you are doing.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, listening. Okay, so another question I have is, I know that you are a professional, you're a lawyer. Aside from being a professional, why go for entrepreneur? Why not stick to being a lawyer alone? You know,
Okay.
we have some people who, okay, they just stick to the profession, and then they have not found out other sides of them. I am a registered nurse and I know that I like to talk, not just talk. You know, I can channel my energy into talking well. I can do a voiceover. I can do adverts. I knew that this was something that I could explore. And I started that. I just like you said, the preparation starts gradually. There were times that I'll be watching the television, watching a movie. I'm listening to the English, the way they pronounce. I'm checking my dictionary. I'm listening to this person. Okay, is this word pronounced this way? You know, so from there, I began to develop the skills. Aside being a registered nurse, there's a side to me as well. So that's why I'm asking this question. Aside being a lawyer, I would like people to know so that you don't think that because you are a professional, because you're a banker, because you're an engineer, there are no other sides to you that you can explore. So why did you choose entrepreneur aside being a lawyer?
Okay, I would say one of the things that gave me fulfillment was my entrepreneurial part as a student, because it was one of the ways I generated money to do anything I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I used to tell you, if you don't have money, there are limits to what you can achieve.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, as I think because of our background, for somebody like me from Ekiti people like to read.
Very
And
true.
every other aspect of their life, they feel it is a distraction. That is
Mm.
one of the things that I want you as a young person that wants to stand out to eradicate from your mentality. Doing
Mm.
one or two things, multitasking of distraction. If you know what you are doing, because you are a lawyer doesn't mean you will be successful in life. There are some category of lawyer that I know. Let me tell you, there are some lawyer, there are some lolo, there are some lawyer. You know,
All the different
when,
aspects.
when you see their white shirt sef, you will feel like, is this the professional? Even because you are a medical doctor doesn't mean you'll be successful in life. It takes some extra effort for you to be outstanding in anything that you are doing in life. Now that extra effort is now you identifying what other things you can channel your energy to. Do you know how many lawyers are in Nigeria? Divorce cases that comes once in a while. Once you just want to be that normal person. And for you as a person who doesn't just want to be that normal person like every other person who is in the profession, you have to add that your extra this thing. That is why I'm proud of people like Dr. Dami, my good friend. I have people like Alabi&Simi. They are always out there looking for other opportunities. Even though your parents will make you feel like go to school. Once you are done with school, there's no job anywhere. You will see doctors
That's the truth.
that they are telling you that come and start with 30,000. You know the situation of the society and everything. 30,000 after going to school for 8 years or so with Nigeria strike and everything. That is why it is very important for you as individual to always add that extra, to
Wow.
always know what you want to do beyond what every other person is doing. That's your uniqueness that will make you stand out from what every other person is doing. So that's just the thing.
Wow. 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 Amazing. I hope people are learning. I hope our viewers, I hope you're learning. I am learning as well because there are other things that I need to pick and adjust. A teacher, our guest today is a very good teacher. And my daughter is full already. Okay, so having done all these things and I mean all of these skills, your profession, what has been fueling your passion? Sometimes you're just tired. I'm tired due to the systems, due to several things, maybe due to financial constraints, but you're unrelenting. You just want to keep doing it. What fuels your passion? Because some people just get to the corridor of where the work starts and then business just dies automatically. So for that kind
Very
of know that they need something to sustain their passion. How have you been able to fuel it to continually fuel your passion? We'd like to know.
one thing about Ekiti people, no matter how hard it gets, we don't give up. But
Okay.
beyond that, for me, I feel like there is this. I love success, I love excellence, not just the sound of victory sometimes, but then I love it when I am a solution to a problem. I don't just buy the idea of you living, just living. the normal life every other person is living. I feel to an extent you should make your living justifiable, so that when you are no longer alive, people will be able to think about, oh, this is what this particular person did or something. So it actually gives me that passion to want to do more. Always. I'm just this kind of person that I'm not complacent in any way. Especially when I feel maybe I apply somewhere and I'm being rejected, I'll go and sit back. Failure for me is not something that gets me frustrated to actually stop trying. It is just an opportunity for me to get better, because I want to know that reason why I am rejected, why they prefer other people ahead of me. What can I do to become better? And if you are with that kind of mentality, you actually go far in life if you don't keep trying, if you don't stop trying. Because a lot of young people now, once they try once, when they try twice, when they fail, they feel like they need to relent and stop trying. But the
That
fact
is not
is,
the way they take.
sometimes it's a process. Life is a process. You realize that from every rejection you get, there is always a lesson to learn, which is actually making you better. And if you go in depth into the reason why you are rejected, sometimes if you have this positive mindset to actually take things the positive way, you might actually realize that God is preserving or reserving you for something greater than that, and is using the period of that failure to actually teach you some things that will help you to be outstanding and qualify for that greater opportunity.
Very
So that
true.
has always been something that has been driving me as an individual. And one bad thing about some of our people, when you have a friend that is succeeding, celebrate them. Because some people are actually enemies to people they should be learning from, because they are envious, because of their envy, jealousy, and all. They are not learning. For you to be able to stand out and be a leader, you have to be able to celebrate other people's feat. Learn from them. They might be your age mate. They might be somebody younger than you. You can learn from anybody. And that is why one thing about me, I'm closer to the younger generation, like very younger generation, like those people that are 5 years younger than me, because number one, in their age, I feel like in my age, I have some knowledge. In their own age, there's some knowledge you need to learn from them too. And I also like the second category of people, people that are far older than me, because I learn a lot from them too. It is different from the experience I learned in my own age group. So it also helps. You can learn from anybody, even people that are much younger. You can learn. A 2-year-old girl can teach you patience. Maybe when they keep them with you sometimes and you are just frustrated and you realize that there is nothing you can do. But
Okay.
when you realize, okay, this is why this person is doing this thing, you just learn some things from the process. I'm just this kind of person that when things happen, apart from trying to look for the positive side of what had happened, I also try to reflect on why that thing happened, how it happened. So it makes me gain a lot of things from everything or any situation around me. But some of us, we are just busy there. Find the person did not offend you. Just because the person is successful, you don't like the person. You'll be like, are you the only one? That kind of reaction, that kind of spirit will not allow people to go far. You have to celebrate them. When you celebrate some people sometimes and they feel like, oh, we're even friends, when there are opportunities next time, they won't hesitate to call you. That okay, I really want to know how you are doing this thing. I really want to know what you are doing. Okay, what is this thing you are passionate about? Let's see ways through which we can also help you achieve or realize your own dreams and perception about life. Let's see how we can shape you to become better. So that's just how life is. You have to
Wow.
celebrate every bit of others so that you also get celebrated.
Okay, so I'm celebrating you now. So let's start from here. I give it to you. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just what you were saying. I sometimes when myself and my husband interact, it says when there is if there is no success, if there is no failure, you will not be able to appreciate success. You will not appreciate it as a norm. You know, once you go into school and you write exams and they pass you, you will not appreciate it. You will not hold it dear. But by the time there is failure, by the time an individual fails, an indication that there is something you can achieve, there is success awaiting such individual. So it's important that for an individual, you're resilient, you keep at it. Even when there is failure, know that this failure is not just failure forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you're going to succeed, because to every failure there is a success. And what stops you from achieving it? Put in the right strategy, do the needful, and before you know it, you're at it already. So I'm encouraging our viewers, myself as well. Don't be discouraged, irrespective of what level of failure it is. If you eat a stumbling block today, you will stand up, clean your wounds, and move ahead. You will roll the block away, then move ahead. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so, finally, what advice will you give to young people who desire to live an impactful life, to live an excellent life? What advice will you give to everybody generally?
Okay, for me, I feel like service to the society is also a service to yourself, because in the process of helping people, you will discover yourself. One of the ways through which I started my social work is not by starting my own idea or initiative, it is by volunteering to support other people. Sometimes in the process of driving other people's vision, you tend to identify your own and you become better. So as a
Very
young
true.
person who wants to start doing things, number one, never stop building in yourself, never stop trying. Even if you keep failing, there will always be one major success that will want you to keep going and keep trying. So never stop building yourself, never stop applying, never stop embracing opportunities. And beyond the idea of, okay, I want to go to school, I want to achieve my certificate, always try to add other things to anything that you are doing.
Okay,
Not
I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm sorry. If there is any question, if anybody has any question, please go to the question box and ask your questions before uh guest, before she leaves today. Please go to the question so that we can ask these questions for clarification before we leave, because we'll leave shortly. You can continue, ma. Thank you.
Okay, so I just feel like to an extent, when you are trying to identify your own purpose, what you are passionate about, don't stop trying. There are a lot of opportunities around you to volunteer, to meet really amazing people that will help you drive your vision as human being, that will help you drive your goal, that will help you become better. Sometimes it may not even take you personally to identify that thing you are good at. It may take
Hmm.
other people, and that is why it is very important for you to meet good people. What do I mean by good people? People who don't feel intimidated about telling you about, this is the perspective I have about you, go for this, pursue it. Those people that are passionate about your growth, those people that are actually succeeding in
Hmm.
the real sense. Going out will help you meet people. You can't just stay in the comfort of your room and just feel like everything is going to come to you. There are always something good about somebody you meet. Either you learn a lesson or the person is a blessing. And
Hmm.
both things that you learn, either a lesson or a blessing, there is none of it that you can just throw away, because it is also a process for you to achieve that thing you want to achieve. So it is very good as a young person to embrace opportunities around you, and to also learn too as an individual. Don't stop learning. You can learn from anybody. You are not an island. Can you imagine Mr. Yomi Joshua is joining this live program? That those are my bosses.
Wow.
That kind of support for young people, that you can actually feel like, okay, let me support this person. And another thing too, even when people are not talking, behind the scene they appreciate what you are doing. One day they will
Hmm.
speak up, they will tell you about it. It is just for you not to relent, be consistent in anything you are doing. So it is very important that you put God first, because it is God that can help you to go through everything. Sincerely, it is not easy to combine everything, but when the God factor is there, it makes everything easy. Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. My daughter is cool. And one thing I would like everyone to do is do not just write. Do not just put things on it. Make it your action point and put it to use. Thank you so much, Miss Similoluwa Awe. This was beautiful. It
Thank you.
expressed the fact that you went to prepare. You know, you did a lot of preparation for us, and very soon we're bringing you back because even from this first dose, we are amazed and we are blown away.
Thank you
If
so
I can
much.
say that, thank you so much. Is there
Thank
any
you.
question? I can't see any question from the question box. Do you have anything you would like to clarify? We have an island in the house for this evening. Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything anybody wants to ask? Please um, write your questions, write it in the question box. I'm not sure anybody has anything to ask. I can't see any question at all. Okay, so this is the end of today's program, The Enlightened. Thank you so much for joining in, Miss Similoluwa. Thank you for
Thank you.
honoring our invitation, and we hope
Thanks to everyone that joined. I'm really grateful. Thank you. I've been seeing a
thank you
lot
so
of started following you. I really appreciate you all. Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. So you can take your leave. Thank you so much. We appreciate.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay, wait. Is there any question? I don't know if there is any. I'm trying to check. Trying to check if there is. I can't see it in the question box. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm seeing
Okay.
a question here
Yes. How do you
from.
respond to a situation where what you consider to be a passion or potential isn't working out after so much pursuit?
Okay, I feel like there are so many things surrounding that. Number one thing, when you feel like you are passionate about something, it is very easy for you to pursue it. Be sure that you are passionate about that thing. Sometimes it takes a long process for you to hit that major success. That is why I said don't stop trying. If you are very sure it is something you are passionate about, then you know that thing yourself, within yourself, that is very easy for you to do. Also, you might need to learn more things in that process. Maybe you like writing now. If you are doing it over time and you realize that this thing is not working out, go and learn from people who are writing and it's actually working out for them. Also learn to acquire more skills. Know what you are doing wrong, why that thing is not working out for you. You might be passionate about something and still be doing it in the wrong way. Like myself, I said I was passionate about speaking, but then you are not to talk everywhere. No matter how passionate you are, when you start talking everywhere, you become a talkative and people don't even want to listen to you, because when you say something that will make sense, people will not listen to it because you have said 1,000 things in the past that doesn't even make any sense.
No, yes,
It's
very true.
just about you keep doing that thing you are passionate about. Knowing how to do it, when to do it, and also knowing the right processes to put into it to make it work is very, very important. So you have to understand that thing you are doing wrong. Learn more things that will make it work out, and don't stop doing it in the right way. I'm not saying okay, because I know how to write now, every topic in Nigeria must contribute. You are just wasting your time, because that energy you are supposed to use to write a particular masterpiece, you will divide it into writing a lot of nonsense.